And on the fourth flight, I think it was on December the 12th, everything went beautiful. Well, the drop was right on speed, and the chambers ignited when you flipped the switch, and everything went, profile was beautiful. The only thing that happened on the climb out, on all four chambers running, and you're really accelerating, you fly off of a little 8-ball flight indicator for attitude reference, and you have a pressure suit, and you got filament wires in the visor of your suit, and you have to keep those hot to keep your visor from fogging up. And I let the airplane get up a little bit steep. I was busy regulating the pressures in the chamber to get maximum thrust out of the engine. I got the airplane just a little bit steep, probably pushing 65 degrees angle of attack rather than 45. And as I went through 60,000 feet and began to push the airplane over, see, there's a lot of things that happen to an airplane mechanically up there. You have liquid oxygen in a tank. Well, if you go to 0 G, flying a parabolic curve, to 0 G, that oxygen cavitates because there's nothing to hold it down in the bottom of the tank. And so you have to hold about 1/10 of a G on the way over. Well, gee, I floated right on through 70,000 feet up to 80,000 feet, which was about 10,000 feet higher. And so I hung on, and I was sitting there looking at the Mach meter, went up to Mach 3, and as I went through something like 2.3 Mach number, man, we were really smoking. We're picking up about 31 miles per hour per second. And I watched this thing, and as we went through about 2.3 Mach number, the airplane began to yaw. I said, man, something's not right. So I pushed on rudder to try to get the nose back, and nothing happened. The airplane just kept yawing. I said, man. And then the outside wing, because of dihedral effect, begins coming up, and man, the next time I'm cranking in full aileron, full rudder, and nothing happens. The airplane rolled inverted and pitched up, and when that happened, the canopy busted on it. And when that happened, the suit inflated, but then the airplane got really wound up in some snap rolls, and the data shows that we had a rotational rate of about 580 degrees per second, which is twice per second going around, and you get exposed to a lot of high G's, like we're getting 9 G's positive, 2 G's side load, 3 negative, 2 side load, 9 positive. You go through 2 cycles of these per second, and you really don't know what's going on, other than I figured that either the tail had come off the airplane or something had happened. So I just pretty well rode it. You see sky and ground flashing, and you get rattled, but you never become unconscious. And so I just hung on to the airplane pretty well. And the first thing that I recognized was that I came out with a tremendous inverted, negative G flat spin. Well, we spin airplanes all the time, so that you recognize the characteristics of the airplane, flat spinning inverted, and you can get it out by putting the aileron with the spin direction and using the rudder to stop it and make it fall through, and it did. And then the airplane flipped into a normal spin, which is an upright spin. I say normal because that's the way normally an airplane spins, is upright. Flipped into a normal spin, and I just popped the nose out with the elevator and opposite rudder to stop it, and recovered. And when this happened, I was about 50 miles from Rogers Dry Lake at 25,000 feet. And I was sitting there looking at it, and the pressurization was going out of the cockpit, part of the canopy was going, and my suit was inflated. It kept me alive. And I looked around, I finally spotted a lake bed and turned towards it. And from the time the airplane yawed and ran out of fuel up there at 2.5 Mach number, till I popped it out of a spin at 25,000 feet, was only 51 seconds. But 51 seconds, if you look at your clock, is a long time. And so I just glided on back to the base and landed, and that's the last flight I made in the airplane, and we never did take it above about Mach 2 anymore.